Alright, everyone. After everyone has been attacking him because they believe he is taking advantage of her, Claressa is standing up for her guy, her man, her man. We all know that when it comes to boxing, Claressa is that gal. She has gold medals from the Olympics. She hasn't lost and has been earning a lot of money from sponsorships and fights. Let's be honest, people, even though Papoose has been rapping for years. Hey, he's not Jay-Z. In terms of his rap career, he isn't doing well. People began to look the other way when these two got together. When they see a really successful lady with a man, they assume she is providing for him financially. Now, Tasha K was furious about the entire circumstance. She is essentially claiming that Papoose is broke and that he is taking advantage of Claressa for her money. People were now doubting every aspect of their relationship, including who was paying the bills, who was buying clothes, and who was tipping, because these rumors were becoming so serious. And it only became worse as people began using that kind of language online. Additionally, Tasha K truly spied on him.
Friend who grew up with her came out and made some rather disturbing videos about Claressa being taken advantage of when she was younger as a young boxer by her coaches and getting pregnant and things like this. And so when I see people like Papoose enter the Cash App requesting money from people like Claressa, after Remy has already warned us that, he preyed on her when she was in jail. He wasn't making no money. It was Remy's money. And she said she put everything in his name, only to come out and then have to work. And then he's getting the benefit of the solid black man, of the black man that's holding everything down. But when I look at this same thing possibly being done to Claressa, and she's slow by default, she was already taken advantage of by her coaches, surely it's easier for a bum like this to come in and take advantage of her.
Following all of that, Claressa created a video in which she essentially disclosed their financial circumstances to everyone.
Why are you still here? Why you let me tell you something. No man I've ever messed with been broke. Never. No man I've been with been broke. They may have not had as much money as me, but they haven't been broke. Papoose is the wealthiest man that I've been with. I'll say it again. Papoose is the wealthiest man that I've been with. And that's like no faking. I haven't paid for a flight, a hotel, a fucking purse. Nothing. And I don't know how long. Food. He take care of everything. So when I be seeing people say that he broke and stuff like that, I just be like, okay. Well, I don't know how he getting the money to do what he doing for me. Cause he stay doing shit for me.
I'm not sure if she's telling the truth or not. I now know that Papoose still performs. He earns money through reality TV, music streaming, sales, live performances, merchandise, and small investments. He currently has a net worth of $500,000. Once more, though, that may not accurately represent the amount of money in his account. It's somewhat contradictory, since if Claressa claims that Remy has money and is far from broke, but he claims to be broke and a bum, then either someone is lying or his financial circumstances have significantly changed. However, please share your thoughts with me. Is it bread in Papoose's possession, or do you think it's all cap? Who do you trust? Do you think Claressa is right when she says he pays for everything, or do you think Tasha K and Remy are right when they say he's a user and a bum? Please share your thoughts with me in the comments section below. Let's go on to the next tale. Alright, everyone. Sha'Carri Richardson is currently facing legal issues as a result of her attempt to assault her partner. Shay and Olympic sprinter Christian Coleman have been together for just over 2 years. These days, they are both extremely skilled track athletes at the peak of their abilities. They both won medals at the Olympics. I mean, Shay is the fastest woman in the world and won a gold medal in the 100-meter sprint in Paris. Thus, these two might essentially be referred to as a well-known sports power couple. Alright, both of them are well-known and successful in the track and field industry. However, Shay ended up going to jail, sweetie. The pair was traveling together when they were involved in an altercation at the Seattle-Tacoma airport, according to police reports. Now that Sha'Carri was accused of engaging in physical combat with Christian, he was taken into custody and charged with fourth-degree domestic violence. Although fourth-degree domestic violence is currently the least serious assault accusation in Washington state, it is still a serious legal concern, particularly for someone representing Team USA. However, this is what is said to have happened. The pair was going through airport security, and as you are all aware, airports can be quite stressful. However, they got into a furious verbal dispute. Although we are unsure of the precise cause, it was severe enough that those in their immediate vicinity began to take notice. After they passed the TSA checkpoint, things swiftly became more heated. Everything I'm going to tell you was captured on video, which is where the footage comes in. Alright, according to the police report, Shaw can be seen following Christian about in the security camera. Alright, approaching him closely several times while he attempted to leave the scene. The police report then claims that she gave him such a violent shove that he crashed into adjacent columns. Christian now attempted to walk away and put some distance between them, but she apparently wasn't finished. Witnesses said that she shoved him a second time, sending him flying a few feet. How strong must she have been to propel this man several feet away with a shove? Can you picture yourself in the other passenger's shoes, watching all of this happen in the airport? This is how two Olympic athletes are acting in the airport. But I haven't finished yet. According to the authorities, during the entire incident, she also tossed a set of headphones at him. Therefore, airport security cameras have captured instances of pushing, shoving, and hurling objects. Now, both Shaw and Christian denied that any of this had happened when police questioned them, even though it was purportedly captured on airport surveillance cameras with numerous witnesses present. They both said, "We don't know what you are talking about," once the cops actually viewed the video and questioned them about it. Christian even refused to be seen as a victim and informed the police that he didn't want to be involved in any investigation. You must thus ask what he was attempting to do to safeguard her career. Was the shame the cause? Or was it the lack of faith that the Black community had in law enforcement? In addition, I believe that he most likely didn't want the publicity. Because, let's face it, any legal issues involving two public figures like this will generate headlines. The TSA supervisor who initially called the police claimed to have seen Shaw hit Christian during their verbal fight. Therefore, we are discussing more than just passenger witnesses. Security guards at the airport also contributed to the report. Shaw was now booked at the South Correctional Entity Jail in Washington on Sunday night at approximately 7 p.m. and released on Monday afternoon. At approximately 1 o'clock p.m. she spent the night in jail as a result of this circumstance. What's truly crazy is that she turned up and participated in the 100-meter opening rounds of the U.S. Track and Field Championship, which was set to take place in Eugene, Oregon. "I don't care what I did, okay," she said. "I will be present, and I will prevail." She is now expected to participate in this weekend's 200-meter race as well. We'll see how her sports performance and future career are impacted by all of this legal drama. She needs to control her temper, but I think she'll be fine now. Shaw has already been afoul of the law. Do you recall the marijuana ban that prevented her from competing in the Olympics in Tokyo? But when we're discussing DV charges, this is completely different. She is currently at the height of her career, thus, the timing is poor. She just took home a Golden Globe Award. She is one of the greatest stars in track and field and will automatically qualify for the September Global Championships. However, she is being plagued by a legal cloud. Therefore, the fact that this is not her first airport incident is equally troubling. She was expelled from an American Airlines aircraft in 2023, I recall, for not hanging up her phone prior to departure. Do any of you recall that? Therefore, she needs to get her attitude under control because it appears to be a pattern. The main concern at this point is how this will impact her sponsorship agreements, her standing with Team USA, and her reputation in general. Olympic athletes are held to a higher standard, and even if a DV accusation is later dropped, it can still have a significant impact on their public image and commercial arrangements. So, we'll have to wait and watch how this all plays out. However, Sha needs to change that mindset, sweetie. Alright, but do let me know. What are your thoughts about Sha touching her man at the airport? However, I'll speak with you later.